I apologize. So let's try this again. I'm going to do my intro real quick again, just because I like to go over what this is and what it does. Give me just 1 second. I need to delete this other live real quick. I hate that I don't have that thumbnail on, but maybe I can put it on later. So, okay. Let's do the intro real quick. Hold on a minute. Let me share the screen. Okay. So I have to mute it right now. After Friday, that will be fixed, but I keep getting copyright claims as of right now. I'm going to fix that Friday, but this is my intro, and I'm basically going to tell you what it says because it's important. This is a true crime discussions channel. This is all just speculation. We speculate here. It's mature content for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything I use is fair use. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. It's free. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to go over this video I made. Maybe. That shows photos that I received from submitting my FOIA. It's all the photos except for one from the Madeline Soto case. And I have taken audio and clipped it in the background of things that I find important. There is one photo I did not put in here, and I will tell you what photo that was and why. And there's one other photo that is heavily redacted that there's no way I could put it on YouTube anyway. But it was horrendous. So I'm going to try not to talk too much and just go through this video so that you can see the photos from the crime scene and you can hear some of the important audio clips that I found that are in the back. I'm going to make this full screen and I won't be able to see if anybody is in here or has joined me. So I'm going to go ahead and post the link if somebody does want to try to join me. If I'm playing this video, I might not see you and that you're trying to join. So if you could just be patient, when I get done playing this video, I will check this page again. In order for you to see it good, I have to make it full screen, and then I can't see anything else except the video. So here we go.
So you needed some good sleep. So was it about 11 o'clock?
Yeah. I sent them.
Let me just state real quick, this is not Madeline Soto's book bag. This is Stephen Stern's book bag. If you remember when she described what Madeline Soto was last wearing, she was supposedly last wearing a pair of white Crocs, which is going to come into play in this video. And her book bag was a jam pack or an e-sport or a jam pack Eastpak or Jansport. I'm sorry, I knew I had that confused. And it was either black or gray with pink or gray like flowers or something on it. So I just wanted you to know that the book bag where this lotion was found is not Madeline's, it's Stephen's. And the one photo that I did take out of here is from the back of this lotion bottle. It basically states what it's for. I did block it out, but when you consider, and I was going to put it in here, but when you consider the details of the case, I just thought it probably wasn't a good idea. I personally thought it was sunscreen until I actually read the back of the bottle and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, you can see the Pokemon cards here. So that is another hint that it's Stephen's book bag.
them upstairs, and I went to bed.
You and Stefan had agreed that he was going to get and take her in the morning. Okay.
And they were going to stop at McDonald's and get breakfast, but she changed her mind last minute and did not want McDonald's.
Okay. Why'd you find that out?
When did I find that out? When Stefan called me around 10:18 in the morning. No boyfriend. She did recently tell Stefan that she had a crush on a boy.
Oh, okay. And
we saw messages between them and nothing seemed weird.
Ended up getting a flat tire.
Okay.
So that's one of my hoop. He's on a
Oh,
hoop
where'd you
now.
get a flower? Where'd you get a flat tire?
192. That was hair raising.
And that was when you were out shopping during the day?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why it just froze up. Just by the way, if you hear it like bleep out a part, it's like it redacts Madeline's name. So usually when you hear that bleep out, it is them saying Madeline's name. This is the one photo that I redacted. There was a drawing here that was just horrendous. And it just showed in graphic detail some of the things that this poor baby was going through. I'm not going to show this photo. If you feel like you need to know what was in this photo and what it was a picture of, then you can figure out how to get this information yourself. Other than that, I'm not sharing it. I wish I hadn't seen it. It's a horrible picture. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
That was between the hours of noon and like 2.
Okay. Got it. And then so after...
we needed to leave by 2:30 to go get in line and get ready to pick up.
Got it. So you guys went and picked her up together?
That was the goal. Yes, I was going to go with them, but I ended up getting a flat tire.
I don't understand why it keeps pausing. I don't know if you saw that there, but it looked to me like there's some trail cams. So I'm thinking that they caught him doing what he was doing on trail cams, which I mean, I don't know. This guy is not very smart to begin with because he's just leaving evidence everywhere. And he's a sick person that needs, he needs euthanasia in my opinion, but he needs some help. That's for damn sure.
So
So you couldn't.
Yeah, I got back literally 10 minutes after she left, apparently.
Got it. And so forgive me, I missed something.
This is a white t-shirt that was found in the area. There's several pictures of it. I think this is from where the actual body was found. So they put several pictures of this white t-shirt. I'm thinking it's pertinent to the case because of that.
Tell me about Sunday night. Tell me about Sunday into Monday. What you remember?
She just had a party.
Mm-hmm.
She was excited.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. It's okay.
Just talking about crushes. Just talking about crushes.
And so Jennifer shared with me, typically you normally sleep in the upstairs guest bedroom.
Yeah.
And then she will sleep together in her own bedroom. But last night,
I don't know if you caught what he just said, but it's very important. I think it plays a big role in this case. I think it's a possible motive.
or not last night, Sunday, so Jen could get better sleep. She said she's just sent you both upstairs, correct? Gotcha. Okay. Do you remember about what time you went to bed and woke up?
I don't know why it keeps doing that. Like it was going just fine a minute ago when I had my other lab going.
Bed probably 11, quarter after. Wound up after her party. And we were getting up really, really early so we could make good time getting out of the door. So we got up around 7.
Yeah, y'all left pretty early.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see Jen at all in the morning? Or was she
Yes.
still asleep?
Yeah, I saw her a couple times. I was in and out of her room talking to her.
Got it. Okay. And that was before you left around.
This circle is showing where a graphic t-shirt is, not where her body was located. And you'll see up close pictures of that. And you can see it's like they're looking up through some trees and through the woods at the Soto residence. I think the Soto residence is either here or here. And the pictures are taken from down here and they're looking up through the trees like that. And this circle's showing where the graphic t-shirt that you're going to see in a minute was found.
What time did you leave? About 8:30?
No, earlier than that. We made such good time. I mean, we were so impressed. We made such good time getting out the door. I mean, we were probably out by 7:30, 7:45.
Okay.
Because we wanted to get McDonald's breakfast. We'd been talking about it anyway. She ended up not wanting it after all.
Got it. Any trouble at all recently at home?
No.
All right.
So I think that this might be pertaining to a photo that they possibly found on Steven Stern's phone. I think it was a photo of a person that was possibly changing clothes or something. And the photo was taken at an angle like that. And they're trying to reenact the angle that the photo was taken from to show where the phone had to be placed to get that specific photo. I think that's what this is about.
Tuesday, February 27th, 2024, 11:16 hours for OCSO case 24-011313. Can you say
This is again the location of where the body was found.
your full name?
Jennifer Soto.
All right, Jennifer. So I'm here to talk to you today. We're going to talk about, and you're familiar with kind of why we're talking right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me when is the last time you were with someone?
Saw her, I'm going to say Sunday night.
Okay.
I heard her Monday getting ready for school.
So you last saw her
This is Steven Stern's vape store receipt.
Sunday night. About what time?
I'll say 11 p.m. before she went to bed.
And you were here at home? Gotcha. And Where did she go to bed? Was she in her room, your room, or something else?
She actually slept upstairs with.
So this is showing the picture like through the woods and up, and this complex right here is where their house is, I do believe. And it's going to show you something that was located in the woods that I found interesting. That kind of doesn't make sense unless he put her like down here close to the house first and then went and put her somewhere else, or maybe he put some of her stuff in the woods down here. Again, this is kind of the location where that graphic tee shirt was found. So I don't know if that's what it was. Not the white t-shirt. That was where her body was. But this is a different t-shirt found by the house.
We have a guest bedroom. We were all going to sleep together in the same bed, but I needed some good sleep. And I got a new job recently. I haven't been well rested. I needed some sleep. So I asked, hey, can you guys go to the guest bedroom upstairs? I knew he was going to get her ready. And
I mean, that's fine. So one thing that I think,
just so you know, these are audio snippets that I've cut from actual audio files that I thought were important and put in the background of this video. We will, when we get done looking at the video, I'm going to go through Stephen Stern's second interview so we can listen to that. That's about 44 minutes long.
I may have misheard you say earlier, but I want to make sure that I have it absolutely clear. Is on Sunday night, y'all went to bed around 11, and the reason that you sent her upstairs with Stefan was because you had work in the morning, was it? Or you just started a new job?
So this is the graphic t-shirt, different from the white t-shirt. It looks like it's a Pink Floyd shirt. I'm not real sure, but that's what it looks like to me. Possibly. Good taste in music.
I just started a new job and I haven't been sleeping well. I take psychiatric meds every night for my bipolar disorder, and if I don't take them the right way, eat, and go to sleep on time,
They don't work.
They don't work. Gotcha. So I was just like, hey, I really need these meds because I forgot them the night before. I forgot them, I think, Saturday night. So Sunday I was not myself. So I asked them, like, hey, I need to be medicated. I need to sleep. Can you take care of the morning duties so I can go and sleep?
Gotcha. All right. No, I just wanted to make sure I understood you right, because I was like, did you have work in the morning?
Okay, so I know that you already spoke to the other detective, right, about everything that kind of happened today. If you can just kind of go over it with us one more time, the timeline from like when you guys woke up and took her to school and all that.
So we woke up early. The plan was that we were going to get McDonald's breakfast on the way, so we made amazingly good time.
I don't mean to interrupt you, okay? Neither of us were here yesterday, so if you can be kind of like specific about like times and stuff like that, okay?
Woke up around 7:15, somewhere around there, which is an early start for us, but we had talked about getting McDonald's breakfast beforehand, so we wanted to make good time. We did make good time. We got out the door maybe 7:30, 7:45ish, maybe. Got over to.
These are the Crocs they found. And if you remember, I think they said that Madeline was last wearing a pair of Crocs. So I'm wondering if these are her Crocs and they found them in the house. And that was the first clue that something wasn't right.
Over to that area. She was asleep in the car most of the time, just snoozing until we got there. We got to McDonald's. We're close to McDonald's. I said, "You still want it?" She wasn't interested in the McDonald's anymore, so we continued on. And she wanted to be dropped off a little down the ways from the school. She's got this phase that she's been into lately where she's very particular about what car she's seen getting out of in front of the school. Cars are, my cars are, I guess, kind of hoopties. I get it. It's an image thing. But that was sometime probably between 8:20 and 8:40-ish, somewhere in there. It was along the stretch of the road.
This picture bothers me because right here you can see a toy, and that just brings us back to the realization of how young this baby was and how long she had been going through this horrible thing. It's just upsetting.
Road that on the right side that has all the communities on it.
Mhm.
Before you get to the overpass, you could see the overpass from where it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it was on that side on that stretch of road. And
There's another toy, little stuffy. There is a dog bed under there, so it could be for the dog, but it makes me sad.
that's where I dropped her off.
Okay, that's all of that video. So now I'm going to play the audio from Stephen Stern's second interview. What we had started hearing at the end of that video, I'm going to play the audio in its entirety. And this is just on my computer, so it's just my computer audio.
I know that you already spoke to the other detective, right, about everything that kind of happened today. Case number 24-11313. Today's date is February 27, 2024. The time is 19:16 hours. We're in Kissimmee speaking with Stefan Stearns. Okay, so I know that you already spoke to the other detective, right, about everything that kind of happened today. If you can just kind of go over it with us one more time, the timeline from like when you guys woke up and took her to school and all that.
So we woke up early. The plan was that we were going to get McDonald's breakfast on the way, so we made amazingly good time.
I don't mean to interrupt you, okay? Neither of us were here yesterday, so if you can be kind of like specific about like times and stuff like that, okay?
Woke up around 7:15, somewhere around there, which is an early start for us, but we had talked about getting McDonald's breakfast beforehand, so we wanted to make good time. We did make good time. We got out the door maybe 7:30ish, 7:45ish, maybe. Got over to that area. She was asleep in the car most of the time, just snoozing until we got there. We got to McDonald's. We're close to McDonald's. I said, "You still want it?" She wasn't interested in the McDonald's anymore, so we continued on. And she wanted to be dropped off a little down the ways from the school. She's got this phase that she's been into lately where she's very particular about what car she's seen getting out of in front of the school.
Now, I wanted to show you real quick. The car that he had, it's not a hoopty. This is a hoopty. Okay, he drove a Lincoln. I believe it was. There's pictures of it in my stuff, and I'll pull that up. But that's a hoopty. Stephen Stearns was not driving a car that looked anything like that. So again, I don't think it was an image thing. I think she didn't want him to pick her up by the school because she was afraid that he would see her that with her friends, or that maybe she had a friend that was a boy or something, and that he would flip on her and get upset, because again, I think that's the motive. She said, Jennifer said, and Stephen Stern say that she had just been talking to them that night, the night that she was unfortunately unalived, about some crushes that she had. I think that's the motive. I think that she had a crush on a boy, and if you see, which unfortunately I can't show, the picture she's drawing, if she was to say that to a boy, I mean, show those things to a boy or talk to them about that. I sincerely apologize. I don't know if you heard that. I hope you didn't. Um, if she had a crush and she started talking to the boy about what was going on in her life or, any of the things that she drew in that notebook, it would be really bad. But I mean, again, though, I don't think it would have been as bad as her being not with us anymore. Um, I think he flipped when he found out that she had a crush and did what he did because she was speaking about how she had a crush on a boy and was talking to him that the night before everything happened. I mean, that's your motive right there. I'll try to get this right back to where we were.
Dropped off early enough as it is, so it's not totally unusual for that to happen.
I'm going to go back just a little bit.
On that stretch of road, and that's where I dropped her off.
Mhm.
Before I'm probably school.
Hold on.
She's got this phase that she's been into lately where she's very particular about what car she's seen getting out of in front of the school. My cars are, I guess, kind of hoopties. I get it. It's an image thing. But that was sometime probably between 8:20 and 8:40-ish, somewhere in there. It was along the stretch of the road that on the right side that has all the communities on it.
Mhm.
Before you get to the overpass. You could see the overpass from where it was.
Mhm.
So it was on that side on that stretch of road, and that's where I dropped her off. She said she was going to go wait for her friends. She was going to go find them and hang out and wait for her friends. And I asked if that was going to be okay. She said, yeah, it's fine. Kids get dropped off early enough as it is. It's not totally unusual for that to happen. It's just not usually that early that I drop her off. I
Mhm.
do school runs every once in a while for her. I said, okay, let her out. Have a good day. Love you. Thanks. Love you too. And I turned around and was driving away and was watching her in my rearview mirror to make sure that she was going where she was supposed to go. And she was moving in that direction, but she was rummaging around in her backpack or something. What I assumed was probably headphones or something like that. But I found out later that she forgot her phone here, so she may have been rummaging for her phone. But she was still kind of making her way towards that direction, so it looked okay. It looked like
Now, this is weird to me because they talk about how the video footage from the church is grainy, but they think they see somebody on it wearing clothes that might have been what she was wearing, rummaging through their book bag. Um, and it makes me question, did he have somebody to pretend to be her, or was it just somebody else that got dropped off at the church? That's a question I have.
any other day. And I just continued on.
Okay. When you said you dropped her off, like in the area, kind of like where exactly did you drop her off?
So if you pull down the street going towards the school,
Mm-hmm.
you've got that whole strip of communities on the right side there.
Mm-hmm.
It was in that stretch of sidewalk there. We pulled in and maybe about halfway up the street or so, and she was like, right here's good.
Was it like in one of the apartment complexes, the church?
Not in, it was outside from the apartment. It was just on the sidewalk on the side of the road there, just like a tuck and roll, you know?
Okay, so like if I were to be on the road, where,
Flip the map.
like, what do you remember seeing that you dropped her off at?
I remember the overpass is up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
The sidewalk was on the right, row of trees. There's, I think, a median in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another community maybe across from that before you get to the church.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like before the church.
So Town Loop Boulevard's that street that connects to the school.
Yeah.
Is that the street that you?
Is this which one?
So that's Town Loop Boulevard, right? That's
Town
the
Loop,
one
yes. And where's the school located here?
that school's right here.
School's right there. Okay, so the school would be on the left in this case. Here's the
So you
overpass
you
I was
guys came from
talking
this side?
about. Yeah, we
Okay.
came from Town Loop, I think,
Mhm.
which is Town Center. Yeah, so we made a right here and then pulled somewhere about.
So you came
Where's-
from Town Center and turned onto Town Loop.
Yeah, where's the church? Is this the church here?
There
I
is
would
yeah,
assume so,
that's the
yeah.
church. Yeah.
Okay, so we weren't up to the church yet. So we were pulled onto here and then we pulled maybe about halfway up here and I dropped her off somewhere in this area here.
And she walked from there to the school?
Yeah.
It's a pretty long way.
It's maybe a block or so, but it's not out of the ordinary for her. She likes to do that sometimes. She likes the cold weather. She was wearing her hoodie. She likes
Uh-huh.
the cold walks.
So you dropped her off near Lilac? Does that sound right?
Yeah, it wasn't at a cross street. It was just a bit of the sidewalk there.
So did you merge into the sidewalk, or did you stop in the middle of the street, or?
I just pulled over to the sidewalk there. Let her hop out.
How often do you drop her off?
This might be the 5th or 6th time I've ever done it.
Okay. And when you drop her off, where do you normally drop her off at?
Normally down the street from the school. She requests that a lot.
Like the
It-
same area or somewhere else?
Especially if it's sometimes in the church parking lot, sometimes just wherever she tells us to let her out. As long as it's close, you know.
So it's halfway between Town Loop and Town Center and the church.
I personally don't think that it's because of any kind of quote unquote hoopty car. I think it's because she didn't want Steven to see her with any of her friends if they were of the male gender because of what was going on. And I think that she knew it wouldn't be good. And I think that when she finally did open up about a crush she was having and that she was speaking to a boy through text or whatever, I think he lost his mind and did what he did. I wouldn't think so normally, but with them both saying that she was talking to him about that the night before everything happened, because they talk about her birthday party and then she was talking about her crush and then they watched the movie Sister Act because she was going to be singing in the chorus and then they go to bed. And I think that's what it was. I think it was the crush, which is really just awful. So sad.
Yeah, it's just in this stretch right here. Like we got about maybe halfway up and
Okay.
it was there.
The McDonald's that you guys were going to stop at, did you pull into the plaza at any point?
No, she 86 the idea before we even got there.
What do you mean by 86?
Poo-pooed the idea, didn't want it anymore,
Okay.
wasn't in the mood anymore.
At any point while you were driving to the school, did you make a U-turn?
Yeah, I tried to sell her on McDonald's one more time because I was still kind of hungry, but at that point she was also just wanting to get to school.
Okay.
So we turned
Where
right back around.
did you make that U-turn at?
Actually, the school park, not the school parking lot, the church parking lot. I pulled into that, turned around and pulled back out. Did a UE there and went back to the McDonald's. And she still wasn't having it. And that's when we came back. See, the McDonald's is on the same town loop or town center. It connects to the same road that the,
Mm-hmm.
That the school's on?
Yeah,
So
so
Town
it's like
Loop.
a straight shot.
So you guys came from, just so I can kind of get a good visualization, Town Center, and where did you come from? Town Center.
Town center. So where's the McDonald's? I'm so bad at reading these. I'm sorry. So we
This
came.
is all Town Center.
So we came across on Town Loop, I believe. Is that the school is that the road that the school is on?
No, this is Town Center. So you
Okay.
said you were on Town Center, and then you made a right on Town Loop, which is
Yeah.
the one that takes you to the school,
Yes, correct.
right?
I think you passed it.
But what I'm saying is before Town Loop, or I'm sorry, for Town Center, what street did you take?
I'm so sorry. I'm bad with the streets around here.
How do you usually get to the school? What way do
I
you-
just take John Young and then wait till I see the McDonald's and make a left there and then follow that around, and that goes straight into the road that the school is on. I just use the landmarks, and I don't memorize the street names.
I think for one live, we'll have to pull up Google Maps and trace the area he's saying right here that he went. I think that would be something good to look at, a good visual.
Is that JYP?
Yeah, so this is JYP.
I mean, at the McDonald's, you turn right?
And then you said you made a left at the McDonald's? So that's John Young Parkway. You go north on John Young.
McDonald's and then go around, and then that shoots straight into the road that she's on.
Okay. Because that's...
I believe that's the correct road.
Yeah, well, that's the fastest way to get there. But you told me you came from Town Center and Town Loop.
I'm sorry. I don't know the street names.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm doing my
No,
best.
that's okay. So now that we know that you came from John Young Parkway and you made a left on Town Loop,
Mhm.
so you passed the
So,
McDonald's.
yeah, that was when she said no to McDonald's the first time.
Okay. So you guys keep on going on Town Loop.
Yeah. But at that point, we still had a lot of time to kill. And very early.
So what did you guys do?
Drove towards the school, made a U-turn, came back, tried to do the McDonald's thing again. She didn't want it.
So
I-
where did you,
I
one more
did
time,
give
where
her-
did you do the U-turn at?
It probably was right by the church because it was still way too early for school. So it was on that stretch of road. I mean, they had the meeting there and the separation, so that left turn where the church is, you could make the U-turn there.
And then after you dropped her off, what did you do?
Stayed, talked to her for a minute. Made sure, is it all right that you're going early? Because it was still early.
Mm-hmm.
She said, yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna hang out, wait for my friends to get there, which she does sometimes. So it didn't sound outrageous or anything. That was it. Told her to have a good day. I loved her. She told me she loved me too. I turned around to leave, and I was watching her in my rearview mirror. She looked like she was walking in the right direction. She was rummaging in her bag a little bit, like I said, but still sort of just shambling in the right direction while she was doing it. So it looked normal. It looked okay.
Okay, and then what did you do after you left the area?
I left to go to the local vape shop because I needed some more vape juice. They weren't quite open yet, so I ended up going back home. Hung out with Jen for a little while. Waited about an hour or so, and then
I had to eat something, and I'm eating some baked Lays. And I gave some to my rabbit, and just seeing him eat it and then lick his lips is just the most adorable thing. I wish I could show y'all. It is adorable.
and went back and checked the vape shop again. It was open, so I got what I needed there. And came back home and hung out with Jen again for a while.
Do you remember what time you came home?
The first time was probably right around 10, close to it. And then I waited here and went back to the vape shop. Probably finished at the vape shop and came back home again a little after 11.
Okay. You said the first time that you hung out with Jen for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Was Jen here when you got here at 10?
We saw the receipt from the vape shop in the video.
Okay.
I think so. She might have been at her blood appointment. Let me double check. I know she had a blood appointment at some point during the day.
It's okay. We don't have to ask her right now.
Sorry, everything's a blur.
So she might have been here. She might have not have been here
I
the first
believe
time.
she was here because she was sleeping in as much as she possibly could because she's been messed up with a new work schedule. So she had to be here because she didn't want to sleep in.
Okay.
I'll double check, but yeah, I believe she was here.
And then what time did you say you left again to the smoke shop?
Maybe after an hour or so, maybe 11 or so.
Okay. And then what time did you get to the smoke shop?
It's maybe 10 minutes away, so not long after that.
Now, remember, they're trained to pick up on the way people act and if they're nervous and things like that. And you know, he was shaking like a leaf on a tree during this interview. I know he was. I wish we had visual, and they're picking up on all of that.
Stopped in and got some juice and
What's the name of the smoke shop?
Eastman Brown Light.
Okay.
It's just over off of John Young. It's not far from the school.
And then after the smoke shop, what did you do? Okay, for how long?
At least until maybe 12:30, 12:45ish, something like that.
And then what'd you do after that?
I had a couple errands to run over on 192. She was talking about making a BJ shopping list. She just wanted to make sure I was back in time for us to both go pick her up. So I was visiting some card shops around the area on 192. I'm kind of a nerd, so we had a new trading card game release, and I was seeing what the situation was with it.
Do you remember what places you visited?
Yeah, Coliseum of Comics. Stopped by a couple Targets, and I was going to go to House Rules Games down by Oak and 192.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't make it that far. I got a flat tire on the way.
Do you remember where you got your flat tire?
It was on 192. I pulled into one of those plazas somewhere. It's been about 10 years since I switched out a tire, though, so I made a lot of rookie mistakes and ended up pinning my thumb between the frame and the jack. Yeah, I'm lucky it's not a lot worse than it could have been.
Do you remember the name of the plaza by any chance? Do you remember like what stores were in this plaza?
It was like right before you got to Oak, though, so it was one of those little strips.
Okay. And then
but I did not
that?
make it back in time because of that. I thankfully had the spare. I put that on and tried to get back in time, but caught every red light on the way. She ended up leaving out. I was about 10 minutes late on it. So I called her and let her know what happened. I apologized profusely because I promised I'd be there with her to go pick her up. Just sat and waited. After that, she had already gone to get her, so I just sat and waited and hung out, straightened up the house a little bit. That was it. Then we got the call.
What do you mean you got the call?
Got the call from her. Had not come out. So we started getting worried. Started making calls to her family. Be on the lookout. She might be walking to you. That's just when everything sort of started going downhill.
I won. Was it?
Did you check on the map the southbound? The Greenville? I'm not sure where Greenville is. But she forgot her phone, right? Is it normal for her to not have her phone?
Unfortunately, she's severely ADHD, as am I.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not uncommon at all, and in fact, very, very usual thing for her to forget things. She'd forget her head if it wasn't screwed on. We're forgetful about, writing her about that. It will remind her, and then it will leave our mind, and she'll say okay, and then it will leave her mind.
And is she on medication for this stuff?
Normally, yes. She's been staying with her grandparents a lot this week.
Uh-huh.
so she has not been getting her meds a whole lot.
Okay.
So she was really spacing.
Where?
Disney concierge in Cornell.
What changed in her hours that she needs all this sleep?
She's training, so it's not a set schedule yet.
Okay.
It's just early this day, late closing training this
So
day.
different hours. Yeah, no, that takes a toll.
So I came up here. She needed help. I split my time between the two places. I needed a visit. We all needed to be a little happier together. So
This is a great thing. JYP. Just tell me.
And where's the McDonald's?
Right.
So that doesn't make sense. Right? Because the school's up here?
and I'm messing up the streets again.
Yeah, town loop. This one's town center, but town loop.
We're just trying to figure out your direction of travel, right?
I'm so sorry. I'm so bad with that area over there, Hunters Creek.
You said you made a U-turn at the church to go see if she wanted McDonald's again, correct?
Yes.
Did you go anywhere else? Because I know you said you had time to kill.
Yeah.
Did you guys go anywhere else?
No, we didn't go anywhere else.
Is there a reason why you would be back on John Young Parkway?
When we tried to go back to McDonald's a second time, we would have made a left over there instead and just looped around again.
What do you mean?
Just made a circle.
Made a circle house. Can you show me on the map?
So
this
going,
is the
going
McDonald's
back
right
down
here,
to
right?
McDonald's.
That's the McDonald's right there.
Correct. So going back down and then just straight shot back down.
You
again.
would come down this way?
I can't read the map. I'm so sorry.
Yep. I'll go.
Where's the McDonald's?
The McDonald's is right here. This is town loop. So this
Okay.
is John Young Parkway.
John
You guys
Young,
are coming
okay,
up John
this is
Young.
the McDonald's.
So I think at this point they're picking up that they're not picking up what he's trying to lay down here. I think they've caught on to his bullshit.
Yep.
And the school's on this corner.
Correct. Somewhere over here.
Mhm.
So we come back out here, there, and then we can take a straight shot back down to the school again there. They connect. Town Loop and Town Center connect.
Right.
So it's
So where did you make the U-turn?
the U-turn was on the street when we were going to go back to McDonald's. And then we drove down to McDonald's here.
Right. So just so I don't get confused, you're going up John Young Parkway, right? You're going northbound.
Originally, yes.
Right. You make a left at the McDonald's.
Here, go towards the school.
Okay. How far did you get before you made the U-turn? So
We got. Is this the school right here?
yep, that's town loop.
So we got up to here and then made a U-turn over here, past the median.
Okay. So
And back to McDonald's.
on Lincoln town loop.
Still time to kill. She still didn't want the McDonald's, but I did give her a raspberry and cheese Danish.
So did you go through the drive-thru? Did you
No.
go inside?
No, didn't go inside.
Where did you get the Danish from?
Oh, the Entenmann's that I brought from home. I gave her a couple of those.
Okay.
So she wasn't without food totally. So we just continued past it again and turned around and said, screw it, just drop you off early.
Okay, so you came back around to the McDonald's.
And then right onto the school.
Is that back on John Young Parkway?
Yeah,
or?
back on the John Young Parkway. It comes down here, and then here's Town Center again.
So then you took town center
Yes.
the second time around?
Yes, and then
We are going to have to do a maps. Did I lose my audio? I don't know. I can't tell if I lost my audio or not. Hopefully I didn't. We're going to have to do a maps on this.
made it right down to the school.
Do you
Okay.
remember what time you dropped her off?
I estimated it to be sometime between 8:20, 8:40.
Are you on your phone? Do you have Google Maps?
I do, but I wasn't mapsing it.
When you're giving her rides, does she sit in the front or the back?
She sits in the front. She likes to sit.
Do you mind if I look at your maps real quick?
Yeah, it's fine.
And just to confirm, also, you said so the second time around, you said you went up Jungyoung Parkway. You went through Town Center this time, made a right on Town Loop, and then you said you
And then
dropped
it
her
was
off
right here in this stretch here.
around this. Okay, which was before the underpass.
Correct. Before the underpass, just before the church. The church was ahead on the left. The underpass was just beyond that. The school was just on the other side of the underpass. So maybe
On the left hand side.
maybe a block away.
Okay. And you said that that's typical of her to walk that distance?
Yeah, she likes the morning walks when it's cool. She doesn't like being seen getting out of certain cars. Being a middle schooler, it's an image thing. And she will sometimes like to hang out and wait for her friends. She's known to do that.
He keeps saying it's an image thing. To me, I don't think so. I don't think it's an image thing. I think it's a scared for you to see my friends if they're boys thing. Honestly, I really do.
Do you mind if I just take a picture of your history?
Yeah, it's fine.
And that time would have been, you said, around
8:20ish, 8:30, sometime between 8:20 and 8:40.
What time does she go into class?
She has to be there no later than 9:15. Doors open at 8. Doors open at 9, I think. And then school officially starts around 9:20 or 9:28, I think.
Okay.
So got up.
And when you dropped her off, is that earlier than typical, later than typical, around the same time?
Earlier than typical.
Really?
We had made really good time that morning, and with the subtraction of McDonald's, we had more time than usual.
Okay.
But she said it was okay. She was very confident, convincing that it would be fine.
And you saw what direction she walked to after you dropped her off?
Yeah, it looked like she was moving towards the direction of the school like she was supposed to.
Was she still on the right side of the road, or did she
She
cross
was
over?
when I left her. Yeah, she was still on the right side.
What kind of phone is this?
S23 Ultra, I think.
I don't know how to work this thing.
I barely know how to work it myself.
I'm an iPhone person.
No,
Is it okay if I go in your settings real quick? I just want to see if you're logged on to your Google.
I am not logged on to my Google with that, actually.
Is it okay if I check?
Yeah.
Does she have any other devices besides that phone? Any other electronics?
She had her school laptop with her.
Is that still supposed to be with her?
Still supposed to be with her, yes.
Okay. And what kind of book bag was she carrying?
Black book bag with like grayish blue hibiscus flowers on it, like a print.
Okay, so that right there verifies that book bag we saw in the video I made with the photos is not hers, which I knew that anyway, but it was not her book bag. And it concerns me that he's running around with that lotion in his book bag. Like, are you just stopping at the school? Are you going to the park and sitting in your car? Like, I got some questions.
When she leaves in the mornings, where does she usually put her phone?
Either in her backpack or like her back pocket, kind of wherever she just thinks to put it at the time.
Hold on, I don't know how to use this phone. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
I don't know, you've probably been asked already, but she's never ran away or been away for longer than a certain period of time, amount of time, something like that.
No, I think she'd know what to do if she did run away. She's not the type. She's a good kid.
It just makes me sick to hear him say she's a good kid. I mean, why do you say that? Because you trained her it makes me sick. It makes me so sick. I wish that they would get a big old, like bigger than a crawfish pot, and put some hot oil in it. Like, you about to drop a ton of French fries, and just drop a ton of Stephen Stearns in it, and just let him sit there and fry. Just let him fry. I just can't with this motherfucker.
Besides the ADHD issue diagnosed with anything else?
Yeah, she was tested a while back and had some symptoms of autism, so she's potentially on the spectrum there.
Okay.
She was officially diagnosed with it when she was younger, and then she was retested and said, well, she shows symptoms of being on the spectrum, but maybe not full-on autistic.
And remember when we were going over the Sebastian Rogers case, how the Lore Lodge was saying that, I don't know if it was statistically or if it's just stated that children on the spectrum are often taken advantage of more than children that are not on the spectrum. I wonder if that is in correlation to because they're on the spectrum, or if it's just kind of coincidental because in the past, I'd say 10 years, they've been finding out that a lot more children are on the spectrum than we ever thought before. And I wonder if it has to do with the amount of children that are on the spectrum, because I mean, if you think about it, there is so many more children they say are on the spectrum nowadays than they did in the past. So is that the correlation with that statistic? Or is it because children that are on the spectrum are easily taken advantage of? That's something to look into.
Is this what you use to go places?
Yes. Go places, search addresses, look at store hours, write reviews. It's a pretty new phone, though. Have we had any updates?
We literally have like 50 people right now on scene looking. I don't know if there's any updates. The best person would be the other detective because he's the one that is in charge of all this.
I don't think I've eaten anything since yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys are worried.
When did you come back to help Jen? Is that her name?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like, because you live down south, right? When did you come back up north to help her?
I just got here this weekend.
Do you remember what day it was?
Sunday. Sunday was her birthday party, so yeah, it was the evening after her birthday party. Sunday.
Okay. Do you remember what time you got here on Sunday?
8:30ish maybe.
Okay.
Just in time to make sure that she was doing all her nighttime routines. And
You live in North Pole, right?
Yeah, I split my time between the two.
Is that on?
places. Split my time between the two.
Is that Broward County or?
Sarasota.
So he's talking about his parents' house, and when he talks about his parents' house, they redact it so that we don't know where his parents live, which is a good thing.
County, I believe, or Charlotte County, either way. It's my parents' house. They're old. They need help these days. And they got a house full of poodles. And it's chaos. That's why I needed to come back up here and just get away from that. Between two deaf old people yelling at each other and poodles yapping all the time, it's enough to drive anyone up a wall. I was very happy to be back here.
Did you, when you guys were looking for you guys look?
Me and her stayed local. It was all the rest of the family that mobilized and was beating the bushes. And
Did you guys drive together or separate?
I don't think we drove anywhere when we were looking.
You didn't drive anywhere?
Not that I recall.
Did you guys go anywhere last night? Was that media?
Maybe. I think Fox 35 or something.
Yeah,
If it is, let me tell him to use it.
Okay.
I don't recall. You have to ask her if we went anywhere. I don't recall. I was so zonked out on Ativan at that point. Okay. I was a wreck. I don't.
And this would have been when?
I don't recall us going anywhere last night, but honestly, at that point, my brain was mush, and I was on so many tranquilizers to keep me stable. It's just.
You said Ativan?
Yeah.
Do you usually take that, or?
Yeah, I have a prescription. I haven't needed it in a long time, though. But
what's that for?
Anxiety.
Okay.
I was having these rolling panic attacks and breaking down crying, and I just.
You got one. Sorry.
Oh, thank you. Here you go. And it's the only way I could get.
I think we know why he was having panic attacks, and didn't have to do with looking for Madeline. I think, unfortunately, it had to do with trying to hide her.
To sleep last night. And then again this afternoon. That's why I missed your calls. I'm sorry. So took an Ativan and conked out for a few hours. It's the only time when I'm not crying.
I think he deserves every bit of it. Every bit of anxiety, every bit of fear, every bit of trauma that he inflicted on himself. He deserves it and more.
It's okay if I just pop down real quick.
Yeah. So we're trying to get just a good idea, times, all that stuff.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm giving my best recollections. I'm not a morning person as it is. So a lot of the times are best guess.
But we know that you go up Jongyung Parkway down. That's the road you usually take to take her. And then you make a left at that McDonald's, right? Which is the town loop.
You can make a left to get there either at the McDonald's or at town center itself. They both lead to the school.
So if you leave her at, just so you get a sense of direction, Jongyung Parkway goes northbound and southbound. So you're going northbound into Orange County, making a left at the McDonald's, which is the town loop. You said when you did drop her off at that medium, you said it was around 8:20, 8:30-ish, somewhere around that time?
Somewhere in there, yeah. It was early, but not like outrageously early, you know?
So what would you estimate when you made a left at that McDonald's to be?
After I dropped her off?
No, I'm saying when you dropped her off.
Oh, first left by that McDonald's.
Yeah, when you first go, that first left that you make at the McDonald's.
It had to have been around maybe eight, maybe quarter after 8, sometime in there.
Okay.
Sometime between 8 and a quarter after, I think.
All right. So just so it's, you can kind of picture it here on the map. So you're going northbound. You make a left here around like 8:10, 8:15. Let's say 8:15, around there. When you get over here, you make a U-turn. You go back to the McDonald's. But you said that she still doesn't want the McDonald's.
Still doesn't want it. She was just going to eat the Danishes that I had given her.
So you're going up here now, still northbound on Jungyoung Parkway.
Mm-hmm.
You make a left at Town Center this time.
Town Center, then make a right onto, yes.
And then you drop her off around like
dropped her off around halfway up the road there.
So keep in mind, all of this is still northbound.
Okay.
Right? You're still northbound on Jungyoung Parkway. So why is your car seen going southbound at 8:10?
Bam. Got him.
I'll show you what location it is. McDonald's is over here.
Mm-hmm.
At 8:10, your car is seen going southbound at this intersection. So meaning going toward Kissimmee.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, got him.
I had forgotten something. I had forgotten my gate clicker.
Oh yeah. You forgot something. Uh-huh.
Sorry, I forgot. I had gone back to the house real quick after we left because I forgot my gate clicker. I actually had to go through the front gate and use my parking pass to grab my clicker. So it was the wrong time. I'm sorry. Like I said, I was guesstimating these times. I'm not a morning person.
Okay.
So yes, we've gone out.
How far did you get before you came back down? When you realized you forgot your clicker?
Nearly all the way to the school.
And see, we got 35 minutes of him going through where he drove at, where he was, the route he took. They went over it like 4 times to the point to where you could see you could hear the frustration in Mr. Stern's voice about them going over it. And then that's when they hit him with well, why was your car seen at 8:10 going southbound? Oh, I forgot. Bullshit. You ain't forgot nothing. You left it out.
And then we turned around. We had plenty of time to kill, so there was time to go back. I rushed back, got the clicker, and that's when I came back here this way.
So you guys came back here to get your clicker?
Correct.
So when we look at the cameras in the front, it's going to show you coming back in here with her in the car?
Yes, with her in the passenger seat, yes.
I know it sounds like we're asking you stupid questions, okay? We just want to verify
okay.
the times.
I'm sorry I'm not being more help. I'm not a morning person. I was half asleep as it was. I'm trying.
The clickers to get where?
Into our neighborhood.
Okay. And you forgot the clicker where?
I had forgotten the clicker here.
So how did you get in?
I was able to use my parking sticker for them to scan to let me through.
Okay. So could you not have done that after you dropped her off?
I could have, but I also like to come back in from the back gate a lot of the times, and I didn't know if I would be back right away. And sometimes they're busy up front, so it's better not to wait in a line.
What time is security usually there at the front gate?
They were there when I came through. He scanned my ticket.
So would it have not just made more sense to drop her off and come back since security's already there?
I don't know if it made more sense. It's just what I did.
Okay.
And that's where they get you and they pick up on all these nonsensical things. When you do these nonsensical things, that's how you end up getting caught.
There you go. Oh, thank you.
Anything else that we haven't asked you feels important? Maybe that might help us out.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble recollecting everything.
I'm gonna step away for a second.
Anything that you remember, maybe she might have told you.
She didn't mention anything in particular. I made a joke about her Crocs. She wears Crocs and socks. So we were joking about that.
Would she say she's usually like a happy, go lucky girl?
Very happy. She brings a lot of joy. She's a very good girl.
God, just hearing him say that made me sick.
Definitely doesn't feel the same around here if she's not here. She was so happy too. She was looking forward to my visit here. She was looking forward to us all being together. She was just happy. She was just very happy.
So this must be a redacted part.
And she goes to when
Relationship.
Okay, so we'll wait just a second. And it should
So
pick back up.
you'd say you guys have a pretty good relationship.
Yeah, definitely have a very strong bond. And she goes to when gets in a fight with her and she needs someone to comfort her, and like I'm that person for her, you know.
How's
good most of the time? You know, not long ago, so she's getting the PMS mood swings, and you know, they butt heads, and so as well as you can expect, but otherwise very loving, very loving. This girl knows nothing but love here in this house. She hardly ever hears the word no.
Again, that just makes me sick.
Double-edged sword that is.
How is she in school?
So-so. She's so-so in school.
Like grade-wise,
she's
or
doing a lot
behavior-wise?
better though. Apparently, she just made Student of the Week.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so we're very proud of her. She's doing singing, choir, and she's sounding just amazing. She sang for me last night. I immediately wanted to show her the movie Sister Act because of the choir singing. It was so pretty. It reminded me. Told her I was very proud of her.
Does she have does she like video games, anything like that?
She does like video games, yeah. She plays Roblox, Minecraft. I think those are the two big ones that I know of.
You don't know if her to like ever have any friends on there that she talks to, anything
She
like that?
does. She does group chats. She does like voice chatting too on it. Usually with like her cousins or her friends, and they'll all be playing Roblox or something, you know, yelling at each other on the phone.
When's the last time you all lived together?
December.
December. Okay.
December.
And you said the reason was for your parents down there?
Yeah, going down to help them because they're getting on in age and they're making their end of life plans and they need someone to help out.
Can you unlock this one more time? Please?
Sure.
I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry, are you guys done?
No, we're good.
The other detective mentioned that you did not have your phone yesterday.
Correct.
Tell me about that.
I left my phone at home in the morning too. I was so busy riding her to the door on time that I left my phone. She left her phone.
Yeah. I bet you just forgot and it wasn't intentional.
We both left our phones.
Did you have your phone when you went to the smoke shop?
Not the first time after I dropped her off. I was still without it. I got my phone and went back to the smoke shop
Okay.
later when I got home.
And then I also noticed, I was checking your call history. I noticed that you don't have anything before this morning. Is that unusual on your phone?
No, it's a new phone. Stupid. I went to do an update yesterday morning, and I don't know what the fuck. Pardon me. I don't know what the heck I did, but somehow during the massive OS update, I managed to factory reset my phone and lose all of my contacts.
Because that's not suspicious in the least bit. Not at all. Child's missing. You're lying about your location and saying you're northbound, and then they got you going southbound. You're lying about that. You factory reset your phone. None of this is suspicious in the least bit. Not at all.
All my information.
Mm-hmm. What time was that? Do you remember?
Sometime while I was hanging out with Jen. Jen might know. I looked at her and said, "What did I just do?"
Okay.
She might know better. I don't know what time it was. It was when I was here with Jen.
Okay. I don't think I have any other questions. Do you, Rose?
No, they don't have any other questions because they know this motherfucker is lying. They're going to go pull that phone info.
I don't know where my head was yesterday. It was so far up my backside.
That's okay. We understand. In the meantime, while we're waiting for all this to get sorted out, I am going to hold on to your phone, okay? I'll give it back to you when we're done. Okay? Do you have any questions for us?
How long are you gonna need my phone?
I'm not sure. I'm waiting for my supervisor to call me.
My dad. It's just my dad's using that to get a hold of me and get updates.
They can call Jen's phone.
Okay.
Did the other detective?
They sure as hell can. I like this officer lady. They sure as hell can. They can call Jen's phone. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Detective give you his business card?
I believe so.
Okay, well, here's mine in case you want it for any reason.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you swear that everything you told us is true?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it. I know it's a little hectic right now. And then I know you were about to head somewhere. If you can just hang tight and refrain from going back in your car, please.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. I was actually going to move it over a spot.
No, just leave it here. It's fine. Thank you.
And that's the end of that. You can tell by the way she's talking and how her attitude changes as soon as he does the factory reset that she knows he's on some bullshit. But I think that's going to be it for me today. I hope you picked up on the motive. I know I spoke about it a little bit. I would love if anybody would let me know if they think that that's possibly a motive. If you leave me a comment, if you're watching this on a replay, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to get myself out there in the algorithm. Haven't done it yet. Working on it in the daytime with a flashlight. I'm working hard on it. So please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I will respond. And I greatly appreciate your time and you being here. I hope that today is the best day you've ever experienced in your whole entire life. And I will see you hopefully tonight. If not tonight, then it'll be tomorrow night. I know I won't be able to get on tomorrow morning. I have a lot going on, but I'll be back. I'll be back. All right. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Bye.